Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to review the paid request for Shawn. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, re-reviews, video game playthroughs, or whatever case may be, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So, Shawn wanted me to do a commentary on The Shining, the 1980 film. Pause at the beginning. 3, 2, 1. Pressing play. We have the Warner Brothers. We're 5, 6, 7 seconds in. 8. I do highly enjoy this film. I think it's a great movie. Yeah, that wonderful music, very foreboding, and a beautiful shot overlooking the water, the landscape. This is a hell of a shot. Some airplane out. These beautiful aerial shots. And Stanley Kubrick, man, that guy was a talented director. I don't love every film he did. I'm not a big Clockwork Orange guy. I did not like Barry Lyndon, but I love 2001: Space Odyssey. I really enjoy Full Metal Jacket. I would say this is my favorite Kubrick film, though. Full Metal Jacket and 2001: Space Odyssey are pretty close behind, though. There's such a haunting feel with that music and this trip down that long, lonesome highway. Sadly, if they did this shot nowadays, like they would just CGI the mountains in the background, and but no, you just get such a beautiful view. It's like you're just being pulled into the movie along this journey. Shelley Duvall, Sally, she's in a sad state of affairs nowadays, like mentally. Danny Lloyd, I don't know if he did much after this. Stammen Crothers, who voiced some characters on the Transformers cartoon. After which Jack Nicholson, which I know a lot of people don't like his casting because they wanted a guy who. Jack Nicholson, it seems like he's crazy from the start. That would have been better to have a guy that works up to it. I get that. I do understand that. But I love Jack Nicholson's performance so much that Tony Burton, Apollo Creed's buddy and manager in the Rocky films. He was also in the original Assault on Prison 13. But Jack Nicholson's performance, I'm willing to give, I'm willing to take that trade. Yes, you don't have the slow build up because a normal guy, but the payoff is so worth it to me. I'm willing to have that trade off because I love his performance when he does go batshit and does go insane, and the way he delivers the lines and going crazy with the acts. I love it so much. I'm like, you know what? I'll I'll live with it, but I can understand that sentiment. I mean, if this was like Dustin Hoffman, where he seems like a very nice, easygoing guy. And I don't think Jack seems crazy in this piece here. Like, I don't see him as crazy here. To me, he's just Jack Nicholson kind of acting normal. Maybe because just Jack, I guess, has that natural vibe that think he's dangerous or crazy, but I think the way he performs his interview is not nuts or anything. But the car thing, when he's driving, we'll see later, he does seem crazy there. Okay, maybe that's the scene people think of. As it says, this is the interview. Now, I first saw this. Believe it or not, I did not see this back in the days of VHS. I first saw this on DVD. So I did not grow up with this as a kid. I knew of the references. I knew of the picture. I probably saw The Simpsons parody, The Shining, well before this. But I did see this on DVD, and I wasn't sure what to think about it first, but just ended up really getting pulled into the film. And Shelley Duvall, I always think of Popeye when I see her. I'll admit his Tony voice is a bit annoying. Like just get a stapler and shut your trap. But yeah, I first saw this on DVD and I enjoyed the atmosphere. I got sucked into Jack Nicholson's performance. I felt sorry for Shelley Duvall. I know people badmouth her performance. I liked her in the movie. This is a compliment. I like that she seems like a normal person in terms of look. Nowadays, they would cast someone that looked like a model or looked like someone from the CW, the magazine cover. So I just think of a mother, a housewife type of a lady when I see Shelley Duvall. And that's just people I see around, people I relate to more type of thing. So that's why it doesn't bother me like that. And her being shrill, I think it works for what situation she's in. And then from all the stuff I heard about the making of this film, she was pretty much mentally tortured, where, unrightfully so, Stanley Kubrick would just berate her, tell her, do this, do that, what are you doing? Because he wanted to break her down mentally to get those kind of performances out of her. And that's how Kubrick was a guy that I respect him as a talent. I'm not sure if I respect him as a person, though. Actually, scratch that. I don't respect him as a person because there's no reason to treat people like that. You're a director. They're actors. Okay? Hire the right person for the job and let them do their job. I know Kubrick would have a tendency to just shoot incessantly. At times, like 100 takes. At the same time, he'd have some really good-looking movies with the camera work, the set design of the Overlook Hotel, the shots. They're really are prominent. I was interested. There's a little American flag there, as if this guy thinks he's a piece of Americana. Don't worry, I'm not going to look into too many theories like that stupid documentary. Room 63, I forget what that was called. It was a documentary that I have a review of with my friend Mike OCP, sadly with very, very bad audio, because this was like over a decade ago or so, or didn't have the recording that you could do today. And it was like people just having these wild theories on every scene on The Shining, whether it be the typewriter that was from Germany, so this movie is a representation of the Holocaust, and well, the way it's shot here, Stanley Kubrick is trying to tell the viewer that he faked the moon landing, and oh, you can watch this film in reverse and get all these symbolism and secret codes. I'm like, what the fuck are people talking about? I'm guessing that's why the directors filmed these people, because these people just talked so much weird shit, it made Jesse Ventura blush. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, no, I wanted an actual documentary about the movie. Which there are, if you get the Blu-ray or stuff, there are interviews, to be fair. But I thought it'd be like and there's I think a documentary from back in the day that Stanley Kubrick's daughter did. But I thought it was going to be like a new documentary about all this stuff. It's interesting when you watch these films, you just see the backdrop, just how much technology has changed. You see the old type of TV that the fat ass is behind them. Man, a telephone with a cord on it? Really? Like, people are like, what the hell is that? It's a telephone with a cord on. This is how we answered phones back in the day. Now, I know Stephen King hated this film because it's very different from his book. Many, many years later, 1997, there was another adaptation of this that was like the book. That sucked. I think that sucked. We already get the first images, which I remember the trailer was just this. The elevator, the blood. And a lot of the trailers you find on YouTube for The Shining, it was just this image and just kind of a text coming up of the elevator. Which might not have helped it at the box office because I don't think this was a flop. It didn't do as well as they thought. Warner Bros. Thought it would. And maybe because it's the marketing. Like the one, I think there's a poster that's like yellow. I thought very ugly looking poster. The one I'm using is one that's usually on the VHS tape that really, what the hell? You know, Jack and that look he has. And if the trailer is just the elevator, people are like, what the hell is this movie? See, this is what people are saying when Jack is already crazy, because in the car, it looks like he can barely tolerate his family. You know, you should have eaten your breakfast. Now I'm going to eat your soul. A great story about the Donner Party. I always remember the end, like, you see, honey? Saw it on the television. He started like he saw it on the television. People like, he's ready to kill his family here. They had to in order to survive. See? It's okay. It's on the television. I'm gonna take this kid and... So I think that's what people were saying. So I get it. But with what I did with Jack later, I'm willing to get that trade off. What a beautiful way that this whole... They picked such a great place to shoot. And even the way that the interiors look, the color scheme. Great looking hotel. And just the way this director shoots with the camera, just how it glides everywhere. I got some Coca-Cola there. Now, is it Coke or Coke 2? Probably this time, probably Coke. Before they try to change from formula, then people got pissed and they changed back. Or is this the Coca-Cola with the cocaine in it? Well, Jack Nicholson, so probably it's the one with the cocaine in it. Because I think it was a time where there was cocaine in it. Maybe that was just a rumor. But yeah, I know Stephen King hates the movie because it's not like the book. To be fair, I've never read the book. But from what I understand, the miniseries is a lot like the book. If that's the case, I much prefer this movie over the book. Well, I'll put this. I like this a lot more than the miniseries. I think it told the same story, but in a much shorter time. I thought, yeah, I'm sorry to the director. Who did The Shine? Was it McDear's? I'm trying to remember. This just has a lot more oomph to the direction. Fuck you two girls want. This ain't no audition for cuties. Get the fuck out. Yeah, go find a Cuties audition. Great music too, just really unsettling, eerie feel to it. But yeah, I mean, in the book, it was the garden portions that was more like the lawn animals. Forget, there's a certain term for it, where it's like Edward Scissorhands. It's grass and bushes, but they look like animals. And they started moving. I think the maze was a much better decision in this one. It was a story about alcoholism, and the father overcomes, and he cares for his family, but he's at a battle of alcoholism. He gets influenced by the ghost and such, so he tries to kill his family. But just like Stephen King was an alcoholic and he wanted a second chance, the father kind of breaks out of it, self sacrifice, saves his family, even though he dies for it. But he did save his soul. You don't have any of that. So I get that, but at the same time, you have a much more, definitely had a much more horror edge to this. And in a way, it comes all a bit more disturbing compared to, especially the way it's done in the miniseries. And no issues with Stephen Bauer. Is that his name? In the miniseries? I know it's the guy from Wings TV show. He just is no Jack Nicholson. No, Stephen Bauer's from Scarface. Who is the... Steven Weber, not Stephen Bauer. Yeah, Stephen Bauer is in Scarface. He's Scarface's buddy. Steven Weber. Sorry, it's been forever since I thought it was Steven Weber. But yeah, Steven Weber, I don't mind as an actor, or Stephen Bauer, but Steven Weber just didn't work. Just no comparison. Jack Nicholson. Was it Rebecca De Mornay? I liked her, but the kid they directed him where he had a lot of those kind of flies ready to fly in type of mouth shots. Like here we got the Grey Stammen Crothers. That brings a good heart to the proceedings of this character. Which I think he was what, Melvin Van Peebles in the remake. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Oh, it's racist. Look at that. They got Kool-Aid right by the black man. Look at that. Kool-Aid? You think all black people like Kool-Aid? You got the Kool-Aid right above Statman Crow. This must be racist. This movie's racist. Right where he stood, there's Kool-Aid right there. You know how black people like the Kool-Aid. It's racist. It's a racist movie. That's what a butthurt person today would say. Lash in and also in the miniseries, instead of an axe, it was a mallet. Just not as scary or as dangerous feeling of a weapon, dangerous looking as a weapon, compared to an axe. And I wouldn't say this took away the supernatural aspects. You obviously do have that because Danny has a gift. Stammer Crows have a gift. They're able to know what the other's thinking. That supernatural aspect to that. Shelley Duvall sees that weird sex thing with people in animal suits. Is that the first furry porn? I don't know. Guess we'll get to that later. And then he's locked in a freezer and someone lets him out. And it just plays it much more subtle, and I think that worked because You get the gist of it, but it's not constant boo stares or bad special effects that waters the horror aspect down. Shining. Like Stephen Crow just has such a nice demeanor to him. That seems like someone you could trust. That could be a protector. Just has a warmth to him. A good-natured warmth to him. I thought the kid here, he was directed to be a lot more subtle in scenes like this. Kind of the seriousness and maybe have been haunted by all these aspects. Can you imagine if when they did Doctor Sleep, the whole Tony's the little guy losing my mouth, just Ewan McGregor opens it, and then it's like an actual little guy living in his mouth? No. So, I mean, they did the sequel, Doctor Sleep. I liked the film. I will say, I don't know if I liked it as much as when I first saw it. I think it's just, wow, this didn't suck. So I liked it. I didn't love it. And it's funny, I got the Blu-ray, but then I never felt the need to watch it. Because I've seen the film and I liked it, but I'm like, I never really felt the need to watch it. Because there are aspects of it I don't care for, or eh. But yeah, I thought that was such a tough hill to climb over for the director. You know, to do a sequel to The Shining, but at the same time, you had to adhere to the book that Stephen King wrote called Doctor Sleep, and then adhere to a guy that hated the movie version of The Shining, but you want to incorporate that movie into this. And Ewan McGregor, I thought, did a good job with that. I did like Ewan McGregor. But it's nowhere up to the level of this in terms of creeps, sense of dread. This does have a sense of dread to this movie. I don't know why. It's interesting that he's eating ice cream from, is that metal? Not plastic? Is that a metal bowl? Yeah, it's like a metal bowl. Room 237, that was the name of that documentary. But all these crazy conspiracy theories involving this film. And it's, again, I thought I was going to watch a documentary on The Shining, and then there's all this bullshit happen. Again, I have the video up, it's audio, but it's a very, very poor audio. So I would recommend not, if you listen with headphones, it'd be like my voice is over here, and then Mike's voice is over here, and I don't know if headphones would be the right aspect. And my voice is so much lower a month later, so. See, idea. I know there are people that argue that no, that's just a case of cabin fever, but to me, there's just too many questions that go with cabin fever. How would this kid know about room 237? How would this guy talk about The Shining with this kid? To me, it was always supernatural. This beautiful shot. Because also the camera's following him, but we don't hear the noise of the camera. Because you have to think like people walking and whatever this thing is sliding on. All we hear is the sound of this tricycle. It is a great use of the space of this hotel. how big and vast it is. And I don't know, yeah. I kind of wonder what would I take this job? I mean, would I take this job to be the caretaker? As a caretaker, what do I'm trying to think what they said of what he actually does as the caretaker. Because I don't know, do we really see John Dickerson do anything as the caretaker? See, even right there with Jack, it seems like he's just mildly irritated by her. You never really get that first instance of him absolutely in love with Shelley Duvall. At the same time, though, you could say this is, in a way, what they call today a toxic relationship. And in fact, this is probably sadly more realistic of a toxic relationship than the Shining miniseries. Great choice to use the maze again. Which I'd never been in a maze, but you just imagine just how mentally you see everything that kind of almost looks the same, and you're just confused and you're wondering where the hell you're supposed to go. You might almost be warped by it. And the music just has this eerie feel to it. Now, of course, it's fine to do this on a nice day, but of course, at the end, to bring this back when everything's. Which I know they also put the maze in Doctor Sleep. Although they could have gone someone. They try to have a young Jack Nicholson, but the guy, they don't ever try to have an impression of Jack Nicholson. I wonder if they ever asked Jack to, hey, you want to do like voice work on here? Probably not. Oh, this is a crazy shot where he looks at the model, and they have this like crazy shot where he's so up above, like he's looking down at his family and like sees them. Like he sees these two in the maze. Yeah, that shot there. Which I think like it's pretty much shooting them in the middle and then cutting it out and putting it on. Like the rest of it is a model. I forget the details. I know there's places that do explain how they did this shot. It's like the two innocent people are stuck in this whirlwind maze of madness. And they're trapped here and there's no way for them to get out. But yeah, I probably would take this job. But again, if Jack Nicholson is a caretaker, what does he actually take care of? We never see him like fix the boiler or what does he do? Does he clean the windows? Does he vacuum? Does he dust? He doesn't really do any of that. He just tries to write and fails. So again, that's why I would be wondering, like, what does he actually take care of? Oh, okay, you don't have this review of the two kids. But I would say, like, what do I have to do? How much does it pay? What do I get for food? I mean, okay, if it's a caretaker, if it's like for the winter, So let's say it's from, let's say, September. Well, that'd be fall. Let's say October to November to December to January to February to March. So let's say 5 months. I believe, how much do I get paid tax free? Well, how much do I get paid, and then what do I get after taxes? Depending on how that is, I'd be like, I'll suck it up and do it. So that right there is getting the images of room 237 to get in there. Just not yet. Yeah, Dan's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I mean, you don't really get the first instance of Jack being nice to his wife, like being loving and or dancing or hugging, kissing. You never really get that out of Jack. I think here he snaps at her. You hear me typing. If you don't hear me typing, you okay? Now I need to get the fuck out. It is my favorite Jack Nicholson performance. I love him as an actor. He does a really good job. He's annoyed with her already. I love Jack's performance. I can't help it. To show Duvall's being so sweet. And it's so sad what happened to her. What do you want me to do about it? He's so pissed already. He's so pissed already. He's just so devilish right now. He's just so pissed already. Let me explain something to you. When you come in here, your concentration. You're distracting me. You're distracting me. Maybe his levels can't, but goddamn, it's fun to watch. I'll make a new rule. Come in here, hear me typing. Or rather, you don't hear me typing. What the fuck did you hear me doing? In here. That means don't come in here, okay? You think you can handle it? Good. Why don't you start right now and get the fuck out of here? Why don't you start right now and get the fuck out of here? He's just so pissed at her right away. It's like, goddamn. And then, a toxic, alcoholic guy, man. Like I said, I don't know, if it was another actor other than Jack, I don't know if it would work. Because you'd be like, why the fuck is she with this asshole? But, again, there is Tracy again. We're 30 minutes in, he's crazy. And that's the thing, like, Stanley Kubrick did it a lot. Anytime he wanted someone to be crazy, head down, eyes up. Saturday. It's always that. Getting great shots of, and that's also what Stanley Kubrick does a lot, is that where he'll shoot a lot of footage, and his films would be rather long, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that was cut out. Like, for what I understand, when the film came out, it was out for like a day or so, and he still went in to cut stuff out. I think there's a little bit of the ending where her and the kid were like at a hospital or something, and like I don't know if people went up and they say they couldn't find Jack's body or something like that, and you can find like still photos, but that has never been found. Imagine what other stuff was deleted. Because it's established their communication line. Now, of course, that'd be a storm. Again, we're establishing the storm, how it'd be tough for them to get help, why they can't use the phone, how this is the only line of communication, which that'll be taken care of later. By the end, cabin fever is a real thing. I'm not talking about the movie, although that's real. But I don't know if I would. I don't know, the way it is nowadays, I don't think cabin fever would affect me. If I know I'm getting, if you give me the food and I know I'm getting paid, you would think you have to get paid a lot for this. Give me a computer. Okay, you can't go on the internet, but give me a USB drive that I put a lot of fucking films on there and be watching a lot of shit. Or bring a couple suitcases of my movies and video games. There you go. Bring my video games, bring my movies. Only 5 months, give me a year. Of course, here we got the two twins. Pretty grisly aftermath, too. These kids being butchered. Very graphic. Two creepy girls, too. I don't blame the kid. And you get the same result. You don't have to have them screaming. And then, which is understandable to stream, but, as a viewer, it would be annoying. You get the same reaction. And he's horrified. And if he streamed, they'd come there and be like, what's wrong? Well, there's nothing here. So, shit. They don't believe me. See, of course they don't believe you. It's a horror film. They're not going to believe you. Fuck Tony. I do not like that Tony voice. I always thought it was stupid. I wish I wish there was another way. Even if we don't hear it and we just hear his responses, I think we could understand, or we could think what Tony's saying to him. But based on his responses, you get the gist of it. It just, hello, this is Tony. Hello, how's your doing? It just sounds a bit fucking stupid. But that's one thing. I mean, I don't like that. I think he has like a Mickey Mouse shirt. I think that was a part of the damn conspiracy theory thing. Something to do with that. That he has a Mickey Mouse shirt on. I mean, yeah, he's a kid. That's why he has it on. There's no conspiracy theory about it. That's not a bad shot too. That have Jack in the mirror there. You make sure you don't have the camera crew in there. It's hard to even see if the kid even likes his father. Now that I think about it, with the way he looks. But I mean, the history of Jack Nicholson's character being angry, a drunk, being physical and hurting him means this kid's going to be disassociated emotionally. Which I think this is, I mean, sadly, a lot more homes deal with this kind of stuff than people want to think. I mean, with the music, it just has this again haunting quality of him saying how much he loves this hotel. You want to see a guy being insane? Jad knows how to do that well, man. Up and there's the question. I like how the music kind of went. Even the music, like, oh shit. Like the music, like, oh shit, get away, get away. He said the question. Almost like the music, like, oh shit. I was just about the music, like, oh shit, do, oh. Did your mommy say that bullshit? Did your mom feed you that load of bullshit? And the eyebrows just make him look like a demon. Wednesday. Thank God I know it's Wednesday. Because if it was Thursday, it'd be deep shit. That's funny enough, not. I should doing this on a Wednesday. I didn't even the way that carpet is, where there's like like a diamond, and then there's a line, and the ball goes right up that line. Go right up to Danny to say hello. Oh yeah, the Apollo 11 USA shirt. There were people on that room 237 dock. Oh, he's wearing that. That's another clue that Stanley Kubrick faked the moon landing. They hired Stanley Kubrick to do it, and he wanted to put that in to tell people that I faked the moon landing. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. I understand there are some conspiracies. JFK, there's definitely something else to that, but not every damn thing is conspiracy. Not every single thing. Room 237, there you go. Well, if she's not answering, then I would say no. She's do more of the caretaker work than Jack is. She checked on the radio. She checked the phone lines are down. I guess it makes sense if Jack is being more affected by whatever this is, then she's going to be the more responsible one. Imagine just how massive this place is. Like I said, I don't know, especially if you're got a woman with you, you'd be like, okay, we're gonna fuck in every room, in every position. That'll take us 5 months. Bored? Hell no. Yeah, those marbles. I see those Marlboro cigarettes. This is why you should not be smoking Marlboro. Should be smoking Camels or Cools. See, if you're smoking Cools, you won't be having those nightmares. Those Marlboros, man. The Marlboro Man's gonna get you. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man gonna infect your dreams. Spit flying down. Steered to death. That's something you want to hear from your husband every day, you know. I dreamed that I killed you and our son. Towards the reality, be like, okay, can I do my lawyer here? Yeah, you ever heard this thing called divorce papers? Did you get them for me? This motherfucker said he dreamt that he killed me and my son. Yeah, divorce. Oh yeah, Danny's been hurt and she blames it on Jack, which he didn't had nothing to do with it. Which I mean, he's been there the whole damn time. But to her, it's like, well, who the hell else is here? I want to look up some trivia on this. Wow, Jack gets the blame. Of course, if the kid right then and there said, it wasn't him, Mom, it was someone else. But no, the kid doesn't say anything, so lets his dad take the blame. The bastards. Let's see, there's a lot of trivia, holy shit. For the scene in which Jack breaks down the bathroom door, the props department built a door that would be easily broken, but he had worked as a volunteer fire marshal and tore it apart too easily, so they had to build a stronger door. Jack Odysee and Shelley Duvall expressed a bit of resentment against the reception, feeling the critics and audience credited Stanley Kubrick solely for the film's success without considering the efforts of the actors, crew, or the underlying material. Jack Nicholson has said that Shelley Duvall's performance is the most difficult role he's ever seen an actress take on. Well, that's nice. It's IMDb trivia. I'm taking it at face value. At least giving Shelley Duvall credit. Oh wait, this is Freak Out. Don't we all feel this way? I had up to this bullshit. Fuck the best. Okay, wait. I gotta check something real quick. Pause at 49 minutes and 5 seconds. Bear with me. I gotta check something real quick. That is strange. Okay, just wait. Let me go back one. If you're still Paul at 49 minutes and 5 seconds, bear with me. I want to check something. Okay. So when he goes down the hallway, right? Look at the mirrors on the left. We see his reflection in the first mirror. We see his reflection on the second mirror. Is his reflection not on this third mirror? Yeah, he passed by it. There's no reflection on the mirror. That is so strange. He passed it, and there's no reflection in the third mirror. What the hell was that about? Yeah, this third mirror. Why is there no reflection of him? What the hell? Yeah, there's no... What the hell? I've never noticed that before. I mean, that's just strange. He's on the other two mirrors, but this third mirror, he's... It's right... It's, he's going to turn into the gold room. What the fuck? Alright. 49 minutes and 5 seconds paused. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. What the hell was that about? Like, that's weird. But wait, does it show Duvall come here and this is all like broken up and not like this? I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure of this room. I know there's another one where Shelley Duvall comes up and it's like all screwed. Well, she sees a lot of skeletons and stuff there, so obviously it's not there. Otherwise, they did a bad job cleaning it up when they left him the keys to this place, but... Arturus, this great laugh here, too. I love the laugh he has here. How's it going, Lloyd? Takes a look around. A little slow tonight. Sam and Hubert got the blood pouring from the elevators in only 3 takes. The shot took 9 days to set up. There were so many changes to the script during shooting that Judd Nicholson claimed he stopped reading it. He would only read the new pages that were given to him each day. Shelley Duvall suffered from nervous exhaustion, including physical illness and hair loss. Tony Burton, who had a little role in this, he brought a chess set. Stanley Kubrick saw that. Despite production being behind schedule, he called off filming for the day and engaged on a set of games with Tony Burton. He only managed to win 1 game, but nevertheless Kubrick thanked him since it had been some time that he played against a challenging opponent. Let's see. I love the little son of a bitch. Stanley Kubrick wanted Slim Pickens to play the part of Halloran, but Pickens wanted nothing to do with him, following his experiences worked with him on Doctor Strangelove. The story was eventually readapted in the 1997 miniseries that followed Stephen King's book more closely. Kubert owned the rights to the 1988 adaptation, so in order for King to get the right to readapt his own book, Kubert required that he sign a legally binding contract that forced King to no longer be able to bring up future public criticism of Kubert's film, save for the sole commentary that he was disappointed with Jack Nicholson's portrayal of Jack Torrance. Really? Jack Nicholson admitted he had a good working relationship with Stanley Kubrick, but with Shelley Duvall, he was a completely different director. He picked on her more than anybody else than Stanley Kubrick, as seen in the documentaries Making the Shining and Stanley Kubrick Life in Pictures. He would lose his temper with her, even though so far as Kubrick saying she was wasting the time of everyone on the set. Just the way Jack just like, are you out of your fucking mind? Just so pissed off at her. Stanley Kubrick considered Robert De Niro and Robin Williams for the role, but decided against them. Kubrick said that the hedge animals coming alive, as in the book, was unworkable due to restricted special effects, so he opted for a hedge base instead. Thank God he did. Stephen King had envisioned Wendy as a blonde former cheerleader type who never had to deal with any true problems in her life, making her experience all the more terrifying. He felt that Shelley Duvall was too emotionally vulnerable and appeared to have gone through a lot in her life. Basically, the opposite of how he pictured the character. Yeah, but at the same time, it made her very. I just interesting that Stabman Crothers' poster is like this naked woman with the afro. And then his other picture is like another naked woman with an even bigger afro. He loves the titties, he loves the afros. Good looking woman, I'll say that. But yeah, he lists surprises down on the TV. Naked woman or an afro, or both. Just interested in the two pictures, like titties, afro. Titties, bigger afro. He's thinking, oh my god, this TV show has no titties and no afro. I'm horrified by this. I'm in a state of shock. Or he teaches about the afro and this dude has a conniption fit. I guess you understand a bit more in Doctor Sleep as to what they wanted from Danny, like from the beginning, such as that. Because there's a section where it's supposed to be Danny and Wendy from this movie, and there's like some figure that followed them home, but that Danny like kept it locked up, which then he unleashes at the end against the soul sucking bitch. The film took almost 200 days to shoot. Jesus. Stephen King suggested Michael Moriarty or John Voight. Normal looking men gradually descend to madness who have immensely improved the dramatic thrust of the storyline. I get Stephen King's thoughts on that. Now, of course, you have the woman, speaking of titties. woman in the bathroom. Interesting, just the lime green, the choice of that. It's like a sickly color. Like, weird way, it almost makes me ill just looking at the. I think maybe that's the purpose. Because you think of green. Well, I guess other than Ninja Turtles, but just the way it is some sickly feel to it. Plus, it's unique. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen. It's a hell of a big bathroom, I'll say that. And just to be all green like that. There's no air conditioning on the sets. Jesus. In the book, Tony is actually Danny's adult self speaking to him from the future. In the book, Danny's middle name is Anthony, or Tony for short. In the book, Tony is a benevolent imaginary friend who acts as a sort of conscience, as well as sixth sense and a companion for Danny since he doesn't have many friends at school. Tony is also visible to Danny as a person. In the film, Tony's invisible, only a low-pitched voice which speaks to Danny's parents through Danny himself. Here you go. The review where things are not all they cracked up to be during this kiss. It is a horrify a lot of boners. Oh, she's hot. She's sexy. And ooh, she got the STDs. Just ugly ass makeup effect. That or hey, I recognize her from the trailer park. Would you want to be kissing something like that? Yeah. I don't blame him for being freaked out about that. Of course, if Ghost or Hotel was playing a trick like that on me, I'd be like, fuck this hotel. It's time to leave. Play a trick like that on me, it's time to go. And so we have what you call the swerve, so to speak, where it's going to be the start of Stabman Crothers' journey, thinking, oh, if he gets there, he'll be there. No, he'll get there and it'll be safe. It'll be fine. It'll be safe. As soon as he gets there, oh, fuck. Because Stabman Crow is just such a sweet character. So yeah, okay, when first released, the film had an alternate ending. After the shot of Jack's body, the film dissolves to a scene of policemen outside the hotel. Then cuts to a scene in the hospital where Wendy is resting in the bed and Danny's playing in the waiting room. Ullman, from the beginning, arrives and tells her that they have been unable to locate her husband's body anywhere on the property. On his way out, Ullman gives Danny a ball, the same one that mysteriously rolled into the hallway earlier in the film, before Danny was attacked in room 237. Ullman laughs and walks away, and the film dissolves to the move through the corridors towards the photo. He had the scene removed a week after the film was released, so it was a week. The scene where Jack is chasing Danny through the maze took a month to shoot. Jesus. Let's see. The scene where Wendy is running and sees a room where a man in a bear costume is having sex with the former hotel manager was never explained in the movie. Leonardo is very confused as to why it was there. In the book, during a year at the hotel, the manager had a secret homosexual affair with a party guest dressed in a dog costume, which is the closest explanation. Well, I'll tell you one thing in the movie, it definitely has a weird... Like, what the fuck? I mean, she's right. You have to get the hell out. Damn, Danny's freaking out. As if, Mom, don't say that. Iconic scenes in the movie that aren't in the book. The line, "Here's Johnny," Dick being killed. Yeah, because I think Halloran lives in the miniseries. Yeah, I think he lived. He gets hit because it's a mallet, but he doesn't get killed. It does become much more of a shocking surprise in this one. Jazzy's in next. The maze. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. The kissing scene between Jack and the dead naked woman. The two daughters talking to Danny. The blood from the elevator. Danny riding the tricycle. Jack freezing to death. That's the thing, there's a lot of great images and moments because of this that if they followed the book, you wouldn't get. So this is one of those instances that, you know what, a person doing their own thing actually worked out for the better. So I'm just seeing if there's anything. Actually, that poster. This is the poster I'm talking about. This is a lousy poster. This poster sucks. Look at that. That's a shitty poster. Because what does that tell you about the movie? And it has the cast and director. So, I looked at that. That looks like an alien or, I don't know, looks like Amber Heard or someone. And what the hell does that, like, that doesn't tell you anything. That's an awful poster. So, a trailer that just shows an elevator bleeding, having their menopause, their time of the month. And this poster, how the hell would it do well in theaters with that shit? I think a more traditional promotion campaign would have helped this at the box office. Because I know Friday the 13th overtook it. And that's why, wait, this low budget slasher movie overtook Stanley Kubrick's film? What the fuck? The director of 2001 Space Odyssey? Okay. Then you had a lot more slasher films that come out. But yeah, I don't think this film flopped. It just didn't do as well as people thought because it's still made. I just want to check some real quick. Sorry, as we have this party here. Because the version I'm watching is about 2 hours. So it's 25 minutes shorter, which I didn't even do that on purpose. Just the copy I had. So whoops. I didn't think about this, so now this be like, what the fuck? What? So so among the scenes cut from the American version, Danny being attended by the doctor after his episode in the bathroom. Apart from Jack and Watson's meeting at the hotel, less footage of Dick Halloran's attempts to get to the hotel, and Wendy's encounter with a group of skeletons at the lobby. Hmm. So yeah, I didn't even realize I picked the wrong fucking version to watch. Whoops. Sorry about that. Oh well, I'm this far now. So in the American, let's see, stuff cut out. I guess this is the version I'm watching. Is the shorter version. Just technically about 23 minutes missing, give or take. Conversation between Wendy and her son continues. She tells Anna Lovely that their vacation in the Overlook is going to be great fun. He must not be afraid. Wise told during the doctor examining Danny. That's about 5 minutes long. You know, I didn't even miss that scene. You chopped your wife and daughter into little bits. And you blew your brains out. Of course, the basis of the bathroom has to be blood red as you're dealing with this guy who seemed like he murdered his family. I don't remember you, mother. You blew your brains out. See, Wendy and Jad looking around their future rooms while Allman explains that they also have the chance to use any hotel room if their rooms would be too small for them. A little bit more of them being shown the hotel. Jack saying he has a strange feeling that he was here before and that it's not only a simple deja vu but strong and intense emotions. A lot of little spots here and there. Wendy and Danny watch the TV in the hall. Mumbles that having a dream would end 5 months of abstinence. Wendy looks around saying she should leave the overlooked hotel and leave him. And her thoughts are interrupted when she knows the words red room from Danny's room. Word she goes into Danny's room. Man, that language wouldn't fly nowadays. Would not fly nowadays. The N-word. So another scene's cut out is Halloran on the plane. And then arriving. Oh, so it's a bit of Tony Burton cut out, sadly. Wendy seeing the room with the skeletons. You know, it's funny that this might be the worst time. The worst time. This might be the first time I've ever watched this 2-hour version, and to be honest, the stuff missing I don't miss. So honestly, I could say you could just watch the shorter version. Because these scenes, like the doctor at the beginning, and a little bit showing the motel, Halloran on the plane, the skeleton thing, I mean, if you feel that's silly looking. Huh. This version felt like it was just faster paced. So yeah, I apologize. I didn't do it on purpose, but yeah, I am watching the shorter, fast-paced one. Didn't do it on purpose, but here you go. I mean, I'm an hour and 50 minutes in now, so my mistake. Whoops. I guess it's like the international version, and now he's going in to destroy the radio. Yeah, here he goes. Yeah, now this radio's going to be up shit creek without a paddle. Oh, yeah. So there's a little bit of Halloran on the plane. I guess it's just a bit longer. Damn, Halloran's driving down and just being completely snowed in. So yeah, I fucked up there. Yeah, I mean, they don't have both versions. Damn it. Just want to show some real quick. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, here she goes. She sees the all work and no play made Jack a dull boy. This is a crazy ass bit though, like to you just see just how much time it would take to type all of this, especially when she finds all the other papers. Like she looks over here and it's like at having to type all this with a typewriter, by the way, which is not the easiest thing to use compared to a computer nowadays. So to type all this stuff out, all these different ways to show a sense of madness, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Sometimes certain words are together, certain are spaced out differently, different types of paragraphs. I think you see in one of the old documentaries that Stanley Kubrick doing it himself. Although he probably could have hired one person to go, okay, your job, type this word, but then you gotta do stuff different on each page. Sometimes some words are together, sometimes they're different type of paragraphs, all that stuff. I mean, if you want to sell crazy, that sells it very well. How you like it? How do you like it? Sally, how do you like it? Well, yeah, what are you doing down here? Just what? Oh, really? Talk to me, huh? Okay, let's talk. Yeah, just jazz performance. Just love it, man. Love it. Where what do you want to talk about? I can't help it. I don't know how to describe. Just so much fun to watch him go crazy like this, and snap and not be held back. And the way the camera swerves to just be this looming menace getting closer and closer. This lady that's just being broken down. Kid, do something to help your mom, you little shit. Stop being lazy. Stop opening your mouth or the fly's gonna go in. Close your mouth. Yep. I mean, I feel bad because Shelley Duvall was treated so poorly. So you see her performance. She's doing a good job. I was never annoyed by her. I was never irritated by her. But a lot of people say they were. I wasn't. But I just feel so sorry for her. Just the way just this is possible. And God, he was concerned about him. He's like, yes, of course. About me? What are you talking about? He said, what are you talking about? May the 1st, okay. Yeah, she's just emotionally beaten down. Probably one of those like henpecked women that would be walked upon all the time. You know, deal with an alcoholic. Jack Nicholson in the past probably had to deal with this stuff. I love his like, not to hurt you, Wendy, darling, light of my life, you didn't let me finish. Let me finish my sentence. I'm said, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains. I'm going to bash you right the fuck in. Give me the bat. Give me the bat. Give me the bat. Stop swinging that bat. Just a great, crazy menace to him. Give me the bat. His tongue thing to give me the bat. He does a great job as just psychotic. Ooh, right in the hand, right in the head. Nice stunt there too by whoever did it to go down the stairs. It's not the easy to just go backwards down the stairs and hopefully not break your neck or your leg. So, but yeah, that guy falls, no edits, all the way down. Not an easy thing to do, so credit to that stunt person who did that. And again, a lot of times I watch this, I keep thinking about the Simpsons version, the shinning. Like Homer when he's put into the freezer, can't kill, eating. Oh, brother. And then like Jason and Michael Myers and Freddy, all these bosses come in, grab Homer something, and dry him out. No beer and no TV make Homer do something. Go crazy? Don't mind if I do. Like, come on, lady. You look. There you go. Although it's not the smartest idea to put them where all the food is. So, because how you don't get all the food? How you don't eat? I guess the idea is she thinks we're going to call the police and we'll get out of here soon enough. Or the escape within the day or two, so don't worry about food right now. It's okay, lady. There's frosted flakes back there. Have some of those. I'm trying to gain sympathy here. Coming up. Wendy? Baby? Be real bad. Need a doctor. I'm dizzy. The doctor. He's like a crazy Larry Fine from the Three Stooges with his hair. Again, to show Duvall's terror just so mentally broken down, just easy to elicit sympathy from her. He has such a sinister, great laugh. You got a big surprise coming for you. Got a big surprise waiting for you. I think that's what Hubert wanted. I think he wanted this bigger than life performance from Jack. Because I think there was a one point where Steven Spielberg had a conversation with Hubert about that. And Hubert said, well, what are your favorite actors? And he named them. He said, oh, but you didn't have. I think it was like James Cadney or someone on there. Like someone who seemed to bring like an over the top vibe to the performances. He said, ah, but you didn't name that person. And that kind of justified like that's the type of actor Hubert was looking for and enjoys. And definitely probably the type of performance he's wanting to engage. So the snow cat is fucked. So what to do now? What can be done with that now? Sleeping like a baby. But again, sorry to people after the fact. Like, well, you're watching the longer version. I apologize for that. I didn't do that on purpose. It's because like I haven't seen the film. Like I love the film, but I haven't seen the film in a long time, so I never looked at the running time for the film because I just watched the film and I'm hooked all the way through. It's funny that Jack, like, he got peanuts, he's got Oreos, and what else over there? Just, was that peanut butter or something? Just first and foremost to go for that. So now he looks a bit like Mo Howard from the Three Stooges. I mean, not in terms of haircut, but face wise. That or Shemp from the Three Stooges. Maybe I think of Shemp with the hair, the one hair thing there. Maybe I think of Shemp. Jed Anderson, I mean, I've liked a lot of films he's been a part of. The last detail. Let's see. As good as it gets. He's a few good men. I didn't mind him in the bucket list with him and Morgan Freeman. Of course, he was in The Departed. He was in Chinatown. A lot of other stuff. Witches of Eastwick. Batman. But I would say this is always my favorite performance of his was in this one. My second favorite is Joker in Batman '89. Come on, lighten up, Jad. Get some Oreos. Get some Oreos back there. You don't have to kill. Get some Tane and some Oreos. See, with this unlocking, that's why I always thought, okay, it's supernatural, because who else would have unlocked this? Osmosis? See, that's the sad thing about this, is it cuts out Tony Burton's role in this international cut. Because after he got off the plane, he was stopped somewhere, and there's a little cameo with Tony Burton. But yeah, it's not in this version of the film. Because here's Stammen Crothers driving up to the through the snow to get to the hotel. Oh, this is a great shot, because I think he turns and you see the reveal of the Overlook, and with the music kind of transcends upward. I'm not sure we're there yet. Okay, later. It's later. We got the red rum scene. Red rum. This is why, again, I don't like the Tony voice, because it could be a creepy scene, but just the red rum. Red rum. Red rum. Red rum. Oh my god, oh my god. That's why I'm turning this down a bit, because that voice is just... He does not need to say it. In fact, it would be better. Just have him. He walks over. He picks up the knife. I guess the idea is he cuts his thumb. And is going to use the blood. You don't need to hear him say it. Just walks towards it, and you're wondering, what's he doing? Like, you don't need to hear him say red rum over and over again. Oh, okay. It's the lipstick. I don't know why, for some reason, I thought he did it. Because I thought he did this with the knife because he's cutting his thumb. That actually would have been probably a bit more intense, is that he's using his own blood to say this. That makes me wonder, why did he pick up the knife in the first place then, if he was just going to use lipstick? Why did he pick up the knife in the first place? I thought he picked up the knife because he's going to cut it and then uses... Because he does... I don't know. Because it'd be... He uses blood to do this. And then just have him drop the knife, and she waits up for the drop of the knife and sees this. Oh, you cut your hair, what'd you do? Then looks at the mirror. Instead of screaming, red rum! Red rum! Here's where she's going to see the red rum. Backwards for murder. Ah, here we go. The great scene with the axe. Hell of a way it's directed, where it's like with the intensity of the axe. Like it feels more like the impact of him trying to get in that focal point. Like Jats is so powerful, he's commanding the screen that he's literally moving the camera to his own commanding vitriol presence. Boom. Wendy, I'm home. And a great beautiful shot here with the how much the snow so high goes right up to the window. Talk about being snowed in. Thank God for them because you just slide all the way down. I'd be like, there's no way to break that window. Just crawl and just tick it. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy to tick a window, but with that size, it could be. Oh, shit. Watch it, lady. Get out of there. Of course, she's not going to. She can't hear me. Danny's going to run right to the hedge maze. Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair of your chinny chin chin. Huff. Just a maniacal glee on Jazz's face. Like, in the way the camera's like, boom. They give that axe even more impact. I mean, I guess it's a horrifying idea. Your husband who married you, father of your kid. I always thought that was a cool shot where it's like the axe is 2 inches away from the camera as it's smashing through the door. And you see Jack be more revealed behind. Here's Johnny. Which, of course, is a nod to Johnny Carson with The Tonight Show. Where Edmund Mann would go, here's Johnny. Introduce Johnny Carson to the rest of the talk show circuit. And this is a shot I'm talking about where you have the reveal of the hotel. He's driving. And like, there you go. Just kind of coming out of the darkness. How sense of dread. Especially for Stabbing Crothers, because things are not going to end well for him. I mean, I did say he gave him a ride to get out of there instead of being holed up there for another however many months. So I guess you can't say he didn't die for nothing. Then gave him thanks for the ride, lady. You know, here's the ride, lady. Too bad Danny wasn't waiting outside. Well, I guess. No, yeah, okay, he went back in, okay. Well, I guess it is warmer in there. He doesn't want to freeze to death. Guess he didn't see what was coming, otherwise he would have warned him. Of course, we have that limp. That's going to be a deficiency for him in the hedge maze sequence. And go work out from there. Stammering Crows, don't do it. Don't do it. He can't listen to me. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. Guess the door will be open because Danny went in. So that's a good detail. Yeah, the door will be open because that's how Danny got back in. Again, and you didn't want him out there too long because freeze to death. But again, you think Salmon Crow's gonna come in to save the day? It's like, nope. And again, he's such a nice, wholesome character that, yeah, there's no turn back for Jack now. Then you get the slow zoom in, where you don't sooner or later get the reveal of Jack. I need to ask you a question. Coming up. I think coming up here when he gets in here. Or is it one of these pillars? Need to ask you a question. It must be here. The pill's coming up. He did a good job hiding. Because even the camera can't see him. Okay, it's these pillars here. Find out they're blood red. Of course they are. There you go. Plus, it definitely shows how dangerous he is, that he means business and he's willing to kill. And you see he's much more guttural and much more almost like animalistic. Just like the way he's walking is like much more like an animal. Just the limp, the way he talks is much more guttural. Even when he dies, he just like his screams turn to like guttural, animalistic. Like it's reducing to be more primeval or something, more primal. So yeah, I think you don't get a little bit of the party thing. Is this the don't have the bear? Yeah. You wonder what the fuck is this about? Like a dog suit and a guy. It's just a creepy looking mask. Is that the first furry? Is that the first fursuit? In a gay relationship, the first fursuit. There you go. I mean, I guess that'd be the first. I don't know what would be previous to that. All you fursuits out there, hey, as long as you're not hurting anybody, not hurting yourself, you do your business. Just not for me. But definitely something that's just very creepy. Like, what the hell is that about? No explanation. But people remember it. It struck a nerve, so to speak. So there you go. But yeah, this cut's not going to have the ballroom with all the skeletons in it, so. Which is fine. What a great shot with the lights. The lights make it so much more ghostly and haunting. In the way the camera just pans along with this guy. And we see the maze again with all the snow. Great steady cam work too. To follow along with this kid. Just seeing just how much he's getting lost and thank God you don't have him streaming. Because while understandably someone would be streaming, at the same time, no one's there to hear you. and it just would be annoying to the viewer. What happens in real life doesn't always work on film. That's an example. In real life, someone would be streaming bloody murder, of course, especially if your own dad's running to try to kill you. But streaming, plus it would give away his permission. To be fair, too, if he kept streaming, it would give away his permission or his position, not permission. You have my permission to die, but yeah, get his position. And you have the elevator bit. Yes, he's Halloran dead. Oh yeah, she goes through the doors here. There's later you have the elevator. And also it's a nice edit. Her running away, cut to Danny running away. And yeah, I think she sees enough in this. You didn't need the other bit. So she sees Halloran dead. The weird dog guy blowjob, whatever scene. The one goes, nice party, isn't it? No, it's not. I want a refund. And then the elevator bit later on. Hey, if you had Jack Nicholson coming after you, I don't care if he's limping or not. If he's steering an action this crazy, I'd be steered too. Smart kid, smart choice. Thankfully, with him limping and getting a head start, you have enough time to do this. Does that have to take enough time to go backwards, to walk ahead enough for him to think to go in this direction, and then walk backwards in order to hide. And smart decision. Smart choice. Smart thinking. Outwitted him. Of course, you have the elevator scene. Great shot here. I read that apparently at the time they didn't want blood in movie trailers. And of course the trailer was just this scene. So Stanley Kubrick said, oh, that's rusty water. That's not blood. The water's rusty. I don't know why they bought into it, because it's clearly supposed to be blood, but whatever. If you know. Even Stanley Kubrick knows, yeah, it's blood, but whatever. Just don't believe whatever I say. Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? Did he go right? Did he go left? Start to ask your buddy which way you go. Again, just because of the location, because of the setup, you see how manic and crazy Jack is. Like, you could just feel that this kid would be in such shit situation. You just badly want to see him get out of it. I like just the way it's shot with the lights and just this whole maze like location they had. Like I said, the lights gave it this ghostly presence. And it's nice to see someone be smart. Follow the footprints. That'll help me find the way out. Just follow the footprints. That's my way back out. Which, of course, this guy doesn't, because he's too headstrong about killing the boy because the hotel told him to. See, now he's a lot more guttural, like an animal. Well, I guess Damon Crow's got one thing. Transportation. Time to get the fuck out of there. But yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that scene after this, with the hospital and stuff being cut out, because it's kind of, we get the idea they're going to survive, they're going to get out of there, they drive away. Then you have his death scene, then cut to this weird picture. You're going, what's that about? And all sorts of theories. And this crazy motherfucker left behind. And that tells the whole story. They got out of there safe and sound. While this guy's just left to die. And all he's doing is just bellowing. Then we're going to have the death scene right there. Frozen to death. Did you say the house took another victim? And there's a lot of theories about this, whether this was him in a former life, the guy in the picture, or that the house has kind of swallowed his soul and now incorporated him into its backstory. Because you're one of us now. Just like the one guy, the previous caretaker, he was kind of swallowed up and he became the waiter and helping Jack in the bathroom with his spilled drink. He became Grady, he became part of it. Now Jack has become part of it as well. Or again, unless you want to say it's him in a former life, how we want to put it. Well, I mean, you love it so much, now you get to stay there forever. Overlook Hotel, July 4th ball, 1921. Get people thinking, food for thought as they leave the theater. And then we're going to get the credits. Yep, there you go. Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, Danny Lewis, Dabman Brothers. Yeah, so again, sorry that I inadvertently watched the shorter version. That's 20 some minutes shorter. But, oh well. I do have, see, that's the thing though, I do have subscribers in the UK, so this would be the version they have. But I mean, there are sites I'm sure that have the shorter version. If not, it seems like most of these listen to these as like a podcast type of thing. So I am describing what's on screen. So there is that. But yeah, The Shining still holds up as a classic. Love the film quite a bit. Again, I do think it still holds up. Great performance by Jack Nicholson. He's a lot of fun to me. I mean, yes, you say he's campy, over the top, but like I said, man, he's a lot of fun. The how do I put it? Shelley Duvall's very easy to feel sorry for. The mastery of the camera work, the steady cam, the beautiful shots. There's a sense of dread and horror to all of it. It doesn't over-explain things, but I'm still able to get the gist of it. And so there's still a sense of mystery. Wonderful use of music. The score at the beginning, even that classical piece of music at the end there, it fits. Just how well directed, like the whole maze sequence at the end and all the Steadicam shots around the corridors. Like I said, I think I usually just watch the the U.S. cut, which is 2 hours and 20 some minutes, because I do remember thinking, huh, because I have it on Blu-ray, but I couldn't find it, so I'm watching one online. I'm like, huh, that's weird. It's 2 hours. I thought it was longer than that, and that's why. Because I didn't realize there was another cut, a shorter cut of the film. And again, the stuff that was missing, I was not really important enough to notice, to be honest. So I would say, honestly, watch the shorter version. I mean, you watch either version still good, but yeah. So I guess to say, like, if the shorter version really works just as well as the longer version. In fact, I would say the shorter version is better paced. The European cut, the international cut. So there you go. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.